and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason. This is the Tuesday edition, the day before Christmas Eve. So it's like a Tuesday, Friday edition. Obviously, we will be closed, as we've been telling everybody, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The website will be up and running. So if you want to order, you can do so 24/7. At allamericangold.com. But if you need to talk to us, if you want to do anything Texit related, then you have to call us today. We will be back in on Monday. If you leave voicemail, no one's going to check it. Email, no one's going to check it. We will check it on Monday. So if you want to get something done, do it today. 800-951-0592. I saw some pictures. It looked like a huge turnout at the Colorado Texit party at Cincinnati's. Looked like just a great event. I will do a little bit of Texit today, because obviously we're off on our normal days. I think, don't know, obviously, but we may have a bottom. Texit rallying this morning. I'll just give you the gist of what is occurring. A couple of things. Number one, we have Conroe up and running as expected, so that was a huge plus. We're hashing now at 7 million mega hash, and more coming. Matter of fact, I think we'll see in the next 3-4 weeks that number approach 15 million mega hash. So progress, albeit a little late, on the way. The other big news, January early, we are signing contracts. Yep, you heard it right, signing contracts. Layer 2 is starting. That is going to definitely help demand for the coin. And this is kind of the big, I'll be honest, building the mine is one thing. And we've fallen off, right? We had this path to 16, and the growth hasn't happened the way we expected it. But that really, no offense, $16 is nice. And believe me, I'll take $16 all day. But we're looking at something much, much bigger, and that is all dependent on the people using Texit coin. And that will start in January. Like I told you, there's a line. There is. The other good news, this was kind of, I don't know, like you guys, I'm learning as we go. CoinMarketCap, who they are like the, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but they are the place where all legitimate cryptocurrencies or crypto projects, I shouldn't say currencies, crypto projects get listed, right? If you have exchanges reporting your data to CoinMarketCap, that's a big step. We've been doing that for quite a while. The bigger step, though, is to be verified by CoinMarketCap. In other words, CoinMarketCap kind of just says, hey, we give you you're a real crypto in our eyes, right? That's huge. Now, we applied months ago, and they got back to us and said, we don't think you're ready yet, and here's what we want you to do. You need to get on more exchanges, bigger, better exchanges. We've done that. We've done that in spades, and we still keep adding exchanges. The other thing they said is, hey, we want less of your top 100 holding coins. In other words, we don't want the top 100 to hold as big as a percentage. That percentage, like we said, every week that percentage goes down. So it's been going down every single week and will as the mine fills. Then they said, hey, also, your social media presence isn't big enough. Well, we're still not huge. We can do it. Matter of fact, the last two, I'll just be honest, we could fix both of those tomorrow. We could actually have all of the top 100 get another coin, take half their coins and put it on another coin, and all of a sudden, right, boom, the number goes way down. But we said, no, we're not going to do that. That's scammy. It's easy, but we're not going to do it. And same thing, obviously, as we all know, you can buy followers. We didn't do that. Here's a pretty cool thing. Just in the last, I think, week, we've had a 20% increase in social media following. X is the biggest one. I know a lot of you're kind of like me. Hey, I don't do the whole social media thing and all that stuff. X, though, if you just did one thing. Matter of fact, all you got to do is get on it, subscribe to Text and Coin, and then delete it if you want it. But they reached out to us. I'll tell you why when we get back. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour on, the 23rd of December as we get ready to head into the Christmas holiday. And this will be our last show for the week. Listen, we're going to get into the markets because we got new record highs in gold and silver again. We got to get to that. But I want to finish up here with Texit. So CoinMarketCap said, hey, you guys got stuff you got to do. And we always were going to reapply when we did and got to where we thought CoinMarketCap wanted us to be based on what they said the last time. Well, out of nowhere, CoinMarketCap reached back out to us, which is kind of cool. And by the way, it's funny because with CoinMarketCap, there's no they call the shots. Whatever they do, and there's no I don't know. There's no other way to go. They say yes or they say no. So we don't think we've done everything that they've wanted us to do yet. So we haven't even reapplied. Well, they reached out and said, hey, guess what? I can't make it up. We now think you guys are a true crypto because your price just got hammered. You lost 80% of your value. Welcome to being a real crypto. Why don't you guys go ahead and reapply? Now, does that mean that they're going to verify us? I don't know. I mean, I kind of think that, right? Because why would they have reached out to us to ask us to reapply? It's one of the things, and it's out there that, we that Bobby was manipulating the price and all of that stuff. And so maybe instead of saying that to us, they said, well, here's all the reasons we're not going to do it, and maybe, and I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird. So very, very good news. It'll be better news if CoinMarketCap comes back to us and says, you guys we are verifying your crypto. You guys are the real deal, and you meet all the requirements, even at this very low price that we currently sit at. And then, listen, the price is better today, right? I think $1.20, $1.25. I know our biggest exchange decks were in the $1.30 range today. Well below where we want to be, but positive. We would be in the, top 300-400 cryptos, something like that. Top 300-400 cryptos in the world. So encouraging things, and really January will be big. Layer 2, once that starts, I think you're going to see people get re-energized, and you're going to see the mind get back on track and start filling back up. I know it's hard when you look at the price every day and you see the value go down, it continue to go down, and we're all watching the same thing. But some very good news on that front. So I just wanted to deliver that to you as you're going to be, on the holidays. But it seems like I know the leadership group, they're very confident on what is coming next, and talked a lot about they had a call yesterday, a lot about what's going to be coming in January. So keep your eyes peeled. I think that's going to be a big moment for Texacoin and for all of us. And so there you go. There's your update on Texan. Now that Jason's back with us, it looks like you guys had a great turnout last night.
Yeah, we had over 200 people, and we had the had the dinner, and then we had the raffle, and Mike had a whole bunch of encouraging words for everybody, and it was good. There was very little negativity there. There wasn't a bunch of panicking people about the price, so that was good. So yeah, it was good. I didn't go to the after party, but it was good over there at Cinzetti's.
Good. Well, now that we've done that, let's take a look at the markets. Okay, so we got things to talk about. We're getting all kinds of I'll just say weird data coming out, but let's look. Right now the Dow's up 70, the S&P's up 15, the Nasdaq's up 60. The 10-year note, boy, got to 420 again, but now down to 418. Still not where we want, not where they want it to go. Plumbing issues in the bond market, because again, remember, always stress in these repo markets at the end of the month. The Fed has gotten out in front. This $40 billion has definitely helped. Then they provided another $75 billion, and just cash, hang it out there. Where did it come from? I don't know. But I do think this will, I'm hoping, won't cause another big bond spike when we get back from New Year's. I'm hoping. We'll see. Still very, very tight, right? Bond market, very tight. So even at the $40 billion a month, not some relief on the pressure, but again, money tight. Oil's flat. Let's look at gold. Gold touched 4,500. Matter of fact, TV gold was above 4,500. Right now, again, we got some really weird data. We'll get to that in a second. Right now, gold's up 20. 44.65. Silver. Oh, boy, guys.
Yeah.
I tried. We're getting close. Remember what I've been telling you. There's only one question. Closer to 50 or closer to 100 before the end of the year. Which obviously, is a way of me saying, hey, silver's going to be around $75. Maybe a little under, maybe a little over. Well, right now up $1.25, $70.25 on silver. And, I mean, you're just sitting there, Jason, you're shaking. I'm just shaking my head at what silver has been doing. By the way, platinum. Remember when we had that platinum earlier in the year? Didn't I beg you guys to buy that too? I did. And guess what? Some of you responded. I actually had to send some, not much, but some of it had to go back. Then I got some palladium, and I told you to buy that. Some of it had to go back. Well, platinum's up $108, $22.31. Palladium, it's only up $89, $1,850. For those of you that continue to heed Jason and I's advice, you're welcome. For those of you that haven't yet, okay, let me give you updated prices. $20 gold pieces, $46.25.
Yeah.
Yesterday they were $45.95. Right? Friday, they were, what, $44.95, something like that. If you want to buy $20 gold, right here, I'll make it simple because we're only working like 2 more days this year. If you want to buy it below $5,000, call me right now. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Do I know where the gold price is going to be over the holiday? No. But I got a good idea. Here's the thing. Regardless of what it does between now and the end of the year, gold prices are going significantly higher. And so is silver, so is copper, so is platinum, so is palladium. Here's our number, 800-951-0592. How much of your wealth are you going to protect? That's the only question. Because you're going to need that protection. Just like I keep telling you, man, you better find some extra income. I mean, if you're well off, great. Anybody else? Trouble. So what data did we get today? We got third quarter GDP, which should have been reported 2 months ago. So this is really old data. But very much like the inflation report, which everybody said, yeah, don't even believe that. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, U.S. GDP surged 4.3% in the third quarter. Are you kidding me? Wow, what a number. We've lowered rates twice since this report was supposed to have come out, and you're telling me we're lowering rates with GDP of 4.3? Yeah, this is disaster written all over it. It makes no economic sense, but...
Well, unless the GDP is reflecting inflation, Joe, because there's another thing about GDP.
That is very interesting. See, now, Jason did not know I was going to talk about this. Today, Jason had customers. He literally called me 2 minutes before we got on the air. Said, Joe, don't worry, I'll be on the air, but I got to go. I got people. So interesting that he says this. Now, this was way higher than anyone had even expected. They said that personal consumption rose 2.39%. That is huge, just to give you an idea. Here was the funny thing about this. 2 run, the government, who's supposed to be spending less money, was in the, I don't know when the shutdown started.
Yes, ma'am, back.
800-951-0592. $20 gold pieces, $46.25. That is the best deal that we have. Got gold, threatening $4,500. Silver, man, well, $1,575 today. Right? I mean,
it's really moving around. It's really moving around too, up and down. It's lots of buying and selling in silver right now.
Yeah, and again, obviously, right, for every time the price moves, someone's buying, someone's selling, right? But yes, we are seeing some pretty hefty swings. But think about Friday, $14.95, Monday, $15.35, Tuesday, $15.75. I'm afraid of what we're gonna. Well, I'll give you an idea of what I think we'll see in silver. This is just, and again, I'm guessing, but yeah, I mean, could we see $1,600 silver? Yeah, but when we get back from, and that's a roll of Silver Eagle, 1,600, which, we're talking about silver closer now to $80. Again, why? So let's look at this GDP number. This is exactly what we keep talking about. So there was only, ready, 1, 2, 3, 4 categories that even moved GDP by 2% in any direction. Motor vehicles and parts subtracted 2%. The only other thing they said subtracted, finished and durable household equipment. That was it. Everything else added. Now, some of them were tiny. Gasoline and energy, housing and utilities, food services and accommodations, transportation, food and beverages, right? That added 1%. Clothing and footwear, financial services, recreational services, they all added, a little bit to, 1% or so. Nothing big. But then there's this blowout on other non-durable goods. By the way, other non-durable goods are things that, hey, they're gonna last a while, right? In other words, here's a great example of other non-durable good. Monopoly. You buy the game Monopoly, right? You can use that for 15 years, 20 years, right? So they're not big stuff. Very inflationary. 3% it added to GDP. Recreational goods and vehicles. Okay, so this is RVs, quads, snowmobiles, right? Rich people stuff. Okay? Obviously, all that's more expensive. Other services, and this was one that added almost 4%. Remember, they're trying to tell you inflation's not even 3. Of course, everything, I don't care who you call. AC guy, a plumber, clean your carpets, right? Wash your windows, everything costs more. How about shipping? FedEx, UPS, the post office. And then the big one, healthcare. I don't know that I've ever seen a number like this before. 8.25% just blew every number away. And here's what they said. They said, hey, overall, this report was much stronger than expected. However, for all of the wrong reasons. And whether it will change the Fed's thinking, very much in doubt. In other words, they don't think the Fed doesn't care. Labor market continues to deteriorate. Well, this report didn't say it deteriorated. Here's what the report said. Whatever the government's telling you about what inflation is, they're lying to you. That's what this report said. And essentially, the Federal Reserve, just like we said, they don't care. The quarter before, we had GDP of over 3%. This quarter, we say it's 4.3%, and we're cutting rates. And I don't know. I shouldn't even say that. I do know. Listen, I've been telling you guys this. They've already made up their mind. They're going to print more money, and lots of it. Yesterday, we had a 2-year auction. These are supposed to be layups, 2-year auction. Terrible. Now, granted, this is normally supposed to take place today, but they had to do it yesterday because of the holiday. $69 billion. Yields were up from last month. This is a problem, right? We cut rates again, and yields keep going up. The biggest tail, remember, as I've told you, tails are bad. Going back to April, the bid to cover, also way off. The internals, I guess we'll call it mediocre. And I don't know, I call it bad, but they said mediocre. Indirects, only 53%. That is who? That is foreigners. That is the lowest levels in 2.5 years. Really bad. And of course, the dealers, the banks, they were left holding almost 13% of it. That was the worst number since June. Not going the right way, is it? Thankfully, the Fed's in there buying. Otherwise, how bad would it be? We'll be back. 800-951-0592. Gold and silver, new all-time record highs. Right now, gold's up 25, 44.70. Silver's now up $1.30, 70.30. Copper, all-time record high, over $12,000 a ton. Wow. And then this, aluminum, which has been, one of the cheaper metals out there. Looks like we're going to see pricing continuing to rise. We've gone to $86 a pound. That's an increase of 10% since August. They're now saying that demand for aluminum increasing, and now they're projecting a deficit in aluminum, and especially the refinement of aluminum. They're saying that China is, taking it all, right? Dominating the aluminum markets. They're saying that the structural deficit will continue. So this is very much, now we're starting to look at whether it's silver, copper, aluminum, right? These base type metals, these very important industrial metals, Jason, they all got the same situation, which is not enough supply. China owns it all, and the price continues to rise.
Those commercials, Alcoa, Remember
Yeah, remember
the
that?
80s?
Alcoa can't wait, right?
Till tomorrow,
that was over in football games when we were growing up. Alcoa, you make the call, right?
It's all about the aluminum, all right? It's all about, you give bags and bags of cans and you go make a few bucks so you can go watch a movie or something. And to see that let me take a quick look, because to me it's the worst indicator of how bad we are is the zinc penny. We're on the precipice of a zinc penny being worth face value. If you had $10 in zinc pennies, they have $8.25 worth of zinc in them. So it's that's how bad these industrial metals are quickly becoming very, very, very expensive. It's amazing, Joe. It's amazing what we're seeing. Just gold. We do gold and silver, but look at all these base metals.
These are things that add to the cost of things that you normally don't really think about. And again, the pressure that we are going to see from inflation and the fact that nobody really seems to care. And they keep telling you, I don't know how this works, right? Well, inflation, it's going to come down. But then you notice how they never tell you, well, how? How do you figure that? Because everything that we're looking at says there's not a chance in you-know-what of that occurring. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words. The only thing I guess is we can pretend that the numbers coming out of the government are just wrong. I don't know that GDP number is wrong. Here's the thing, though. Healthcare, people didn't pay new premiums in the third quarter. That was fourth quarter and first quarter. So now I'm really worried. How bad is it going to be, right? I don't know. And then last but not least, we're going to end on this. We've been talking about the unit. It is a digital cross-border payment system based on gold. Somebody want to know, can you buy the unit? No. Right now, as far as I understand it, it is a payment system, a digitalized payment system. If I find out different, I'll let you know. But news out of China, this is kind of the next move. First of all, Jason, remember a few weeks ago you were talking about Russia selling gold?
Yeah, selling gold and buying silver from China.
And I was like, God, I can't confirm it. I don't know. It was a Ukrainian source. I haven't seen it. Guess what? Russia sold gold.
Yep. And
guess who bought all of it? The largest cross-border, I guess, I don't know what else to say, call it, in the history of the gold markets. Russia sold $1 billion worth of gold directly to China. Now, to give you an idea of what we're talking about, that was like, 6-7 tons. I want to, give you perspective, but still, that didn't even go on the market. China just said, yeah, thank you. We'll gobble it up. By the way, China is now saying that they are getting ready to launch a gold-backed bond issuance to compete against U.S. Treasuries. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Gold's up 30 now. $44.75. $20 gold. What can I do? 46 and a quarter. I mean, so close to spot. Crazy. Silver up $1.32. 70.30. News out of China and BRICS. They're talking about, we know that China's made a move now, right? They want to move the spot metals pricing to China. London is dead. China is where it's at. They've also initiated storage, right? Gold storage, right? Building mega warehouses for storage. Already got countries saying we're in. Now, the next move may not have to do with holding gold, but collateralizing gold. In other words, allowing people to create, countries, China in particular, a high quality tier 1 liquid asset, essentially bonds backed by gold, unlocking its use in repo markets and trade finance that would allow countries to substitute gold for U.S. treasuries as collateral within the BRICS system. So this makes a lot of sense. The unit is now out there, right? That is 40% backed by gold. It is the BRICS payment system, and then 12% between the 5 original BRICS members' currencies in gold pricing. That's the unit. This is essentially the next step. Instead of buying U.S. treasuries or fiat money treasuries, how would you like to buy bonds backed by our gold holdings? How would you like to do that instead? That is apparently now the next step in the evolution of this. And this is stuff, listen, we talked about this in the past, right? That in the new monetary system, by the way, gold's up 35. Yeah, okay, 44.80. Silver's up $1.50, 70.50. Let me give you those prices again. 46.25 on 20, 1,575 on rolls of U.S. Silver Eagles. But again, another vehicle for countries to not have to buy treasuries. The gold market in China flexing its muscle on how deep the markets truly are. The word that broke yesterday where Russia sold $1 billion worth of gold to China without even a blip shows the strength of what a powerful weapon gold has become on